Howdy folks, and welcome back to Hilda. Today we're going to be watching Season 3, Episode 4, which is titled The Laughing Merman. Something that is most easily recognized from the little intro crawl of things to look at from the intro of this season. Pretty much as soon as Hilda jumps down from her Rainbow Road kind of style light bridge or whatever she comes down on, there is what looks like a merfolk or something kind of laughing, and then he kind of stops and gets surprised that he sees Hilda. So as far as what this individual's purpose, how important they are, anything pertaining to them, I don't know. I don't know if they're friendly. I would hope that they're somewhat joyful given the fact that they're described as laughing. But as far as, friend, foe, important to the plot, just kind of a one-off for this episode, I don't know. But I will say I am missing some of the side characters we just haven't seen in a long time. Notably the Thunderbird. I don't think he appeared once during Season 2. And I kind of have lost all hope in ever seeing him again, which is unfortunate because he was one of my favorite little side characters whenever he would pop up throughout Season 1. It's been a while, buddy. I miss ya. But other than that, I don't have too much else to say, so we have a blessedly short intro today as I scooch over here into position and take this opportunity to thank you for watching this video. Hey, I've been doing a very bad job at plugging the Patreon recently. You can get uncut early access to everything I do, including Hilda. But I will say, at this point, when you see this on the main feed, signing up for a single month would get you the rest of Hilda uncut early. The whole series will be there for you by the time you're seeing this on the main feed. So I just want to give that plug there. This is kind of the point of no return. You get your best bang for your buck for a single month if you're a Hilda liker. So, hey, just something to keep in mind. But as always, I'm just glad that you're here watching this here on YouTube. But while you're here on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like on the video, leave a comment, let me know what you think of this episode. We are going to be halfway done with Season 3 after this episode. So I'm getting my sadness out now because, hey, like I said last time and the time before, every episode brings us one closer to the end of the show. But I've enjoyed the ride and am excited to see what this episode has in store for us. So let us go ahead and get started with Hilda, Season 3, Episode 4, The Laughing Merman. Starting up in 3, 2, 1. I don't know what I did. Go. Also, while the intro is playing, just water for this reaction. I'm doing a daytime record, which you can probably tell from just the lighting in my room. Wait, here comes the merman. There he is. But I'm doing a daytime record, and it's at a bit of an awkward time to where I've had caffeine fairly recently and could drink a cup of tea, but I don't want more caffeine at this point, so just water today. Nice, boring, healthy, but kind of boring, but good water. I really like that. That looks like the menacing merman. Doesn't seem too happy there. Also, I have a single little strand of hair that's just kind of driving me nuts. Nice shot. Better turn this picture of Magikarp into Professor Oak as soon as I can. Also interesting, we haven't done any Sparrow Scout stuff in a very long time.
Attention, Sparrow Scouts! Today you will have the opportunity to earn the last badge of the year.
Oh.
The Fish Finder River Badge. Yeah, finally.
Today is a good day to be a sparrow.
How many badges? Has Hilda earned a single badge yet?
I'll need everyone to form groups of 4.
Oh. Oh no! We're a group of 3!
But there's only 3 of us.
Whatever shall we do?
I'm sure we'll find someone. Doesn't hurt to broaden our horizons.
A laughing merman, perhaps? Oh, come on. They're obviously twins. There's obviously 2 of them. They're not going to break up like that. Oh, no. That's tragic. That's so unfortunate.
Nobody wants to get stuck with the freaky friends.
Oh.
Freaky friends? Who are they?
Come on. Context clues, Hilda.
Our number of normal scout trips is currently at 0.
Dang.
Maybe you 3 should leave scouting and join the circus.
Oh, that's just rude.
Our wild reputation was bound to catch up with us eventually.
At such a young age, too. Washed up at 13. No, literally washed up because of the water that just splashed on Hilda.
We'll have the most ordinary river trip you can imagine. If adventure calls,
You sure about that?
we hang up the phone.
Thank goodness there's still a spot. Hilda, Frida, David, you're going to team up with
Uh-oh.
Louise. Okay?
Oh no, is Louise like the worst kid?
Who's Louise?
Yeah, exactly.
Hi.
Oh,
I don't believe you've met before.
a picture person.
I'm Frida. Welcome to the Sparrow Scouts.
Oh,
I've actually been a scout for a year now.
Oh.
I just keep to myself.
Worried about taking a trip with the freaky friends?
The who?
Shh, never mind. Ixnay. Also, just to say real quick, I misheard the name. I thought it was like Luis, like Luis, like you know, living in Texas, you know, large Hispanic population. There's a lot of Luises around. Except it was Louise, like more like Bob's Burgers, Louise. So I'm glad that I didn't start saying he. I was still just like, oh, what are they going to be up to? Or this person, this individual. So glad there was none of that. But Louise. I just thought it was like a British person trying to say like a Spanish name. And just it not just coming out right. Like, can you imagine a British person saying Jose? Jose? I don't know. The merman would have laughed at that one. Yeah, once again, another really good photo of a fish.
What a wonderfully unremarkable...
Now I really want to go play Pokemon Snap. No, not
Don't get too
again.
close. We don't want to get sucked into a whirlpool or eaten by a sea serpent.
No, that's Uzumaki has the whirlpools in it.
It won't.
That should be done. I think that should be done by the time this comes out. No. But wind isn't freaky.
Sticks.
They just straight up... Was that the only map they had?
I lost the map.
What? What do you mean you lost it?
That's a fairly normal problem to have.
Something wrong?
No.
No.
Everything is totally normal.
She's like, oh, they are a bit freaky, aren't they? Come on, this one little strand of hair. Fuck it, it's not going to be fixed. Oh, no.
Oh. Which way looks less likely to lead to an exhilarating...
I was just about to say the
My
exact
love
same
will
joke.
help us decide.
Uh-oh.
Oh, oh, oh.
I was going to say it's going right in the river, isn't it?
I've been practicing holding on to things as well.
Oh, David. Never change. Wrong choice, buddies. Oh. Oh. Fairy's still watching. I feel like we're probably not going to get Fairy Adventure this episode, seeing as how it's not titled, like, Fairy River Cruise or something like that. Not the voice I expected.
Up here.
Yes.
Mind if I come aboard? There's something marvelous downriver I'd love to show you.
I think you just talked.
Sounded like a normal fish noise to me.
He said glub glub.
I didn't just want to show you something marvelous. I need your help!
Yep, it's definitely talking.
Uh-oh, now there's photographic evidence.
Sea serpent after me!
Now I know you're lying. Hilda told me there was no way we'd run into her.
Oh, no. It's true. Oh, nice picture of the Gorobus. Wait, does it have, like, hooves?
Find the humor in being eaten by a sea serpent.
Unless they're both in on the joke.
It worked.
Uh-oh. Is there a waterfall coming? Because that's going to be hilarious if so.
Don't worry, we'll be back to the main river in no time.
I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, it is funny. That's a long way down. Holy shit.
Everybody okay?
Louise is dead.
Perfectly!
No, she's
Thanks
fine.
to you, you must let me demonstrate my gratitude.
Wait, does he not show up in pictures?
We'll have to carry the raft through those woods.
Dang.
Nonsense.
I don't think we need any more ideas from him.
Are you sure?
Yes, actually, yes, I am sure. Oh, that doesn't look...
These caves are a
great.
series of tunnels. I know them like the back of my fin.
Yo, it looks like a skull, man, my man.
If we go through the woods, we might get lost in there too.
That's true.
Yeah, but look at the cave, Frida.
All right, merman, show us the way.
Perfect.
You
won't
literally
be
cannot
disappointed,
trust a
or
cave
my
that
name
looks like a
isn't
skull.
Eugene.
Your name is Eugene.
No!
Well, it's my surface name.
Oh.
You can't pronounce my true name without gills. It's
You know, as fond as I am of doing voices, not gonna attempt that one. I might offend somebody. Yo, I don't trust this motherfucker.
What exactly do you find so amusing?
Oh. That you've just played right into my trap!
We've fallen into a trap. He's gonna eat us any second now.
Or that sea serpent will. Oh.
Even worse. He's putting on a show.
No, it is worse. She's like, just kill us already.
I used to perform all the time for the King of the Sea. Next thing I knew, a fishing net was scooping up this triple threat.
I wasn't expecting a musical number in this episode. Aw, Louise loves it. Whereas, like, Hilda, David, and Frida are just, like, bored. They're like, this is a 4 out of 10 adventure at best. They're just not amused. Whereas Luis is like, ooh, how fun. It's like, Luis, let us tell you about the Thunderbird. That was a fun one. How about the time we captured a weather spirit and almost destroyed everything with a storm? That was a pretty good one. Anyway, back to the song.
The fisherman asked me to grant him a wish. I protested, I'm not that kind of fish. He held me captive while I pled and eventually dropped me here instead.
It's clear you had fun doing it, and that's what's important.
Of course we didn't
That's right,
enjoy
David.
the show.
Audience feedback is important, and I hear you. I'll take your notes into consideration for my next performance,
No.
which is scheduled for now.
No. Uh-oh, now it's a dark ride.
Can't fathom the depths of my skill.
Nice.
My comedy always kills.
Literally. Ooh, I love this, actually.
Your head after choking with tears. And I'll take your breath away with a single well-placed pause.
Do you hear something?
Very exotic or nautical fun, my aquatic dramatics are second to none. Give me your applause.
Well, he asked for it.
The most talented fish from the bottom of the sea.
I'll take Squidward and his clarinet, honestly, over
So, what
over
do you
you,
think?
buddy.
Be honest. Do you like the adjustments I made per your notes?
No!
Okay, Hilda, I'm gonna give some creative feedback. I loved the animation switch up there. I loved all the colors. It really felt like one of those, you know, Disney musicals always have that one song, like "Friend Like Me," "You're Welcome." Now I'm blanking on all the rest, but kind of like the fun one where like the animation style changes and it's just full of like bright colors and it's like not very realistic at all compared to like everything else that happened before it. So this was very much in line with that, and I thought it was a lot of fun. The second half better than the first, right? Just like I said. You know, even think back to, this might be a little niche, but I feel like every time I mention it, I get a couple comments that are like, oh, that movie got mentioned. I love that movie. Cats Don't Dance, an animated movie from the 90s, which is very, very good, but Warner Brothers likes to pretend that it doesn't exist. The villain song in that movie, Big and Loud, is in 2 parts as well, where the first is like, you know, the villain singing to our lead and stuff. It's, you know, a little bit kind of fantastical, but at the same time kind of makes sense. It's like there's a bunch of servants that are coming as she's like dancing and they're like holding their hands up as she's walking down, making like stairs for her, whatever. And then as soon as the lead leaves, we get the reprise like immediately, where it's like a lot more sinister and stuff. And it's a lot more like colorful and exaggerated and not realistic, a lot more fantastical. So I want to compare it to Big and Loud, where we had the first half and then the second half was like the kind of crazy fun part. I enjoyed it. The fact that it was like a really fast patter kind of song, as he was saying things with a really fast tempo and kind of just keeping the beat, and it was very percussive with the voice. I'm always a big fan of that kind of stuff. Overall, it was just good. Very excited to edit that. I really hope I can include most of that in the YouTube edit. There's never been a straight up musical number in Hilda before. Yes, there's been like songs like playing in the background of scenes and stuff, but for the most part, we haven't got like a character actually like performing on the stage, you know. So that was a lot of fun. A great change of pace I wasn't really expecting for this one. But yeah, this guy's just a piece of shit. And obviously, of course, we saw the little sea serpent kind of coming at you at the end. Yeah, the two are in cahoots with each other. I called that a long time ago. I don't even want to consider that an Oracle moment because it felt too obvious to me. But anyway, regardless, we are about halfway done. Still a lot of adventure to go. So let's get back to it.
What part exactly needs tweaking?
All of it! Especially the part where you said you would help us get back to our troop, but instead trapped us in this cave, scaring poor Louise half to death.
She's like, I liked it actually.
Louise?
Ooh, the spotlight.
Well, that serpent was an illusion, then the earlier one was too. Did we even save your
Yeah,
life?
yeah. I did notice that. I don't think I actually said anything. But I thought that was the picture of the merman that she took. That he doesn't even show up on film.
You have no appreciation for the arts.
I do. I just gave good feedback and said I liked it, you jerk.
If you can make us laugh in the next 5 minutes,
Ooh.
we'll stay and happily watch your show.
Interesting. No, no.
Fine.
You can't
If
agree to
fail,
forever.
You have to let us go.
All right. Me too. No laughing.
All right, let's do it.
100% serious Tallman. Ready to go.
Here's one to warm you up.
Okay.
What did one ocean say to the other?
Nice to see you.
Nothing. They just waved.
I like my punchline better.
They just
Not funny.
waved. Fine. I guess I'll have to pull out my A material.
Okay. Oh, now this isn't fair.
Supposed to be funny.
Ugh, it smells like a casino.
To you.
Me? What's happened to you?
Uh-oh. That's not really funny. It's just kind of creepy.
Keeping it together so far. Oh no! Is that my voice?
I don't think this is funny.
I was gonna say, the I Heart Butts shirt almost got me.
At such juvenile humor too.
No, the I Heart Butts shirt goes hat goes crazy.
Fine. You've beaten me.
Oh. Ta-da.
You're free to go. Louise?
Oh.
You didn't say if I can't make you all laugh, then you all go free. You laughed, you stay.
I mean, I thought it was, if anyone laughed, they were all screwed.
Semantics are very important in these situations.
Yeah, where's Alfred when you need him?
Louise shouldn't have to be stuck watching mediocre musical numbers just because she chose to hang out with the freaky friends.
Hey, it was a little better than mediocre, Hilda. You're just uncultured.
Finally going to tell us what's so funny.
It's the butts!
Give my friends one more chance to win their freedom.
Okay.
And
And if we fail, you can have all of us. And I'll laugh at your jokes even if I don't think they're funny.
You can't just laugh if you don't think they're funny. Right, YouTube audience?
choose your exit. One leads to your way out. The others lead to an eternity as my captive audience.
Once again, more colors.
How are we ever going
I
to
love the
make
kind of
that
neon look.
My man laughs when someone's about to do something he thinks is stupid or wrong. All we have to do is pretend we're choosing an exit and watch his reaction. When you're quiet like me, it's easy
Aw.
to stand back and notice the things others miss.
I like Louise. I hope she comes back after this episode. The merman can fuck right off, though. Also, this is going to be a little too easy, I think, to just go with that strat. It might work the first time, and then you'd think he would catch wise.
Huh?
No? Just can't help himself. Just like you guys when you watch my videos. Am I right, YouTube audience? Yo, I want to play with this guy at a poker table.
Maybe not the one with the teeth?
Keep an eye out.
No, he's onto it. He finally caught up. Oh, that's an illusion.
No smile.
No, that is an illusion. Oh, yeah, good call. Is he going to be laughing his ass off back there? Yep.
It's a trick.
Oh no, but the Uzumaki's got us.
We can do this! All together!
You got this. Maybe? I don't know, that seems pretty strong though.
What?
You know, I was gonna say that Gobel was the way out. God, I want them to put Gobel in Monster Hunter Wilds. I just want to like hammer the shit out of him again.
We're still lost.
Would this help?
You had one all along?
Took the
You three are always doing something wild and unexpected. I
Aw.
was really excited to have an adventure with you.
So you did know we were the freaky friends?
I was trying to play it cool. I didn't expect things to get so out of hand.
Well, honestly, that was still a pretty low-key adventure for us, the Freaky Friends.
It's just nice to know that someone appreciates our tendency to be, abnormal.
Be the Freaky Four.
Picture to mark the occasion?
Yeah, Hilda doesn't show up in the photo for some reason. Oh no!
Eugene!
We said 4, not
Want to
5.
see another one of my shows?
Oh.
Sorry again, kids, and farewell.
A little trick to play on Hilda and everybody.
We won't.
What do you think happened to them?
I bet they were all turned into frogs by a hungry kelp witch.
Not quite. Oh, okay, that's it. Dang it, nobody took it down.
The most talented fish at the bottom of the sea.
Ha cha cha cha.
Yeah!
Ooh, different song here? Okay, I'm gonna try to go to the voice and see if Merman pops up as a voice. Because, Giant Slayer didn't last time. Okay, nope. Still just additional voices. Still just the kind of the main cast. Not even Louise either. So that's unfortunate. Okay, I guess these just get kept the same throughout. I think it's just the same principal cast that's here, because you know, Frida and David were in the last episode credits, even though they weren't in the last episode. Same thing with, you know, I see Mum, Alpha, and Astrid here, as well as this Anders who's popped up. And now that season 1 is starting to, or season 3 is starting to appear on the public feed as I'm recording this, I'm getting a little bit of feedback, some comments rolling in, including a couple that say like, that Anders guy that you see in the credits, that I think I said in the first one, who the hell was Anders? I thought it was just some townsperson they talked to that was like, excuse me, can you tell us about fairies? Like, oh, well, fairies, coming over here to do, you know, whatever, all that kind of stuff. I thought that was going to be whoever that Anders was. I thought it was just odd that they gave like just a random townsperson like a named credit. They said, no, Anders. It's going to be a little bit important later. So obviously not in this first half of the season, but for the back half, perhaps, yes. The fact that they are named in the credits every episode so far, and I don't think they've shown up. It's not a name I am familiar with for any character. But even given like these kind of co-leads of these episodes are not like credited as their names, it's kind of unfortunate. Like last season when we had special guests like Andy Serkis as the Candle Sneaker, right? Or Curtis Sneaker. Candle Stealer was the name. I mixed the two up. There was a big bold credit that said Andy Serkis as you know, him. We've gotten that before. The Weather Lady, I think the Thunder... I don't think the Thunderbird actually showed up. But granted, we've had these one-off characters kind of appear in the credits. So it's kind of frustrating to me that they are not popping up, especially because I really like to, you know, shout them out, read them, like look up to see if they've been in anything else I know. Because sometimes, like, you know, I didn't quite notice. The first time I watched the Yule Lads, I didn't quite realize that it was Andy Serkis. And after I noticed that, when I went to editing, I'm like, I cannot unhear it now. Everything he says sounds like Smeagol. Just little inflections here and there. I'm like, oh, it's him, it's the boy. So yeah, so that was kind of neat, and I love knowing things like that. So it's gonna drive me crazy that I can't immediately figure out without doing some, like, you know, intense Googling or whatever, which I don't want to do while I'm recording here. I'll do after, but then, you know, next time I don't want to lead and be like, you're not gonna believe who the merman was. They're like, yeah, we know who the merman was. We watched the show already, Tallman. You didn't know, but we knew. But regardless, the episode itself, it was fun. It wasn't my favorite episode of Hilda, but it was a lot of fun. Like I said, I loved the musical number in the middle. I really liked the difference of the colors that we usually get. We get a lot more muted, like pastel, like bright, but also like somewhat realistic colors. Like, I don't want to say kind of like watercolors like we get for like kind of all the nature shots and everything, but kind of the bright, like neon kind of shades with the merman's illusions and his little puffs of magic and everything is something completely different than we normally get in the show. So at the very least, a mediocre episode, or I wouldn't even call it mediocre. It was like slightly above average, I would say. Not a barn burner of an episode, but like it had enough different stuff in it, both to listen to and to look at, that I think helps prop it up a little bit. I'd certainly put this one above the first episode of this season. To kind of rank the episodes of this season so far, the first one was definitely the weakest. Then I would probably say this one, then episode 2, then the Giant Slayer on top of that. So that's like my little power ranking so far as we're going. You know, like I said, slightly above average, I would say, but like enough stuff. Like I mentioned that episode 1 of season 3 was kind of propped up by kind of the surprise factor of all the kids being slightly older and kind of getting used to that. And I just spent the whole episode going like, oh, look at them, they're all grown up. And then, but when you go back and watch that one, you're like, it's just kind of a dull episode that doesn't really have much going on when you're more used to it now. Whereas this one has at least like the fun musical number. I'm really curious to go back and listen to that, especially because it was so fast and had so many words kind of popping up. And I was talking and making jokes and everything you know, I want to go back and kind of hear that clean, so to speak. So, you know, decent little fun episode. And, you know, at the very least, it stands out a lot. There's some episodes like that, you know, might be fun and everything, but I'll get comments saying like, oh, I forgot this episode existed kind of thing. I don't think anyone's going to forget this episode because of how different it was. And I, you know, don't think I really have too much else to say. I hope my reaction was fine. I hope I didn't get outdone by the merman, let me tell you. You know, just a solid little episode of Hilda. I am getting a little concerned knowing that the season 3 finale is like an hour 17. It feels like something that will be like built up to and kind of this big like climax of the whole series kind of thing. Yeah, this was just kind of a standalone adventure. I know that this season has a lot more like running story, but these last 2 episodes feel really standalone. I know, yes, we've had little glimpses of the 2 fairies, the 2 hooded figures watching Hilda from time to time. We just got one brief little glimpse of them here. Whereas last episode, they went on that adventure to kind of, you know, straight up make more charms, right? You know, it was very tied into what Hilda was planning on doing. Whereas this, it was just, you know, this could have fit in with season 2, right? It could have fit into just any old season of Hilda, just, you know, having fun. So yeah, so I am really curious to see when the kind of like overall plot is gonna like start building back up again. Because now that it's been 2 episodes since we've really dealt with any of the fairy stuff in earnest, I'm kind of like, I'm not getting impatient, but kind of a little bit, if that makes sense. I kind of want to know what we're building up to, kind of like with the last couple episodes of season 1. I still think season 1 did the best job of kind of building up to its finale. With the whole Frida being jerk to Hilda kind of thing, that the 2 of them kind of like stopping becoming friends, and then the whole building up the whole Black Hound thing was pretty, honestly, really strong end to a season. Whereas season 2 just kind of like we had the longer episode of the Stone Forest, which was, you know, about the length of 2, and then the movie to kind of truly end season 2. So we lacked a little bit of the build up of season 1 to kind of throw it all in at the end. So what I guess I'm saying is, knowing that this one is like its own kind of set story, like not going back to the source material of the books, just kind of like the creators said, this is the vision we have for the season. We're going to kind of tell like a through story. I'm kind of wanting the story to rear its head, if that makes sense. And I hope y'all don't blame me for that. I'd be curious to hear like what y'all were thinking throughout the season. Granted, it's a lot different for y'all when y'all were watching it. You probably weren't making content for it on YouTube, so you could just kind of watch them much more quicker. You'd be done by now, whereas I'm doing 1 a week pretty much. So I'm kind of stuck in this, you know, the binge model of Netflix doesn't really apply to me here. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it here. Regardless, very excited to keep going. 4 episodes left. Almost there, just 1 more month's worth of videos. So, hey, thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like I said, so you see when those last 4 episodes hit the main feed. And don't forget to leave a like on your way out. And with all that being said, I'll catch you next time with some more Hilda. Take it easy, everybody.